Hi, I'm Lou. We're at the Wizard Life, and now we're going to be in episode 3. Last time we talked about you have to check out rule number 1. We have to check out rule number 1 because rule number 1 is make sure the wizard's always right, and because he's thought through all the problems. So today's topic, one that I know we're all interested in, you might have a spouse or a girlfriend. We're going to talk about relationships. And the wizard will talk about his wife. Wizards have wives, just in case you didn't know. And he'll talk about relationships. So wizard, first of all, let's start with an easy question. How did you even find a wife being a wizard?
Well,
Is it like the rest of us?
no, it's not. There's an algorithm that I used that went ahead and had a number of different factors that went through and analyzed all the different women in my life and actually in the world, and then it prioritized the different ones, and then it came up with, the best one. And so I was actually at college, at a private college, and I was in the back of the room, and there was a young lady, very, very attractive, but she
even made the wizard pause.
right, even made the wizard, whoa.
Yeah.
But she was a close friend, like a sister to me, and I'm like, I don't want to date her, but my brother's fiance, she was pushing to say, she'd make a great wizard's wife and everything, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm just not sure. And so I knew that she was interested in me, and she was pursuing me, but I'm like, yeah, I don't think so.
Now, I'm just curious, just to slow it down, how did you know she was interested in you?
Okay. We may have to do a little bit offline here with Lou. With women, you can tell their energy. You can feel it. You can sense it. Like you capture their heart, and they're just like totally into you. I mean, they're just like totally. They ask you a lot of questions, and they're interested, and they're like.
So you went from in the back of the room. Somehow there was a conversation, and she was enamored with the wizard.
Yeah, she had been enamored quite a while. So she went ahead and said, I really have, I don't know, I have a hard time really understanding what I'm looking for in a guy.
That's what she said to you.
She's 19. Well, we were both 19. Well, we were probably both 18. So we were both 18, and she's saying this to me. And I said, okay. She said, so can you help me?
You obviously married her, so you helped her.
Lou kind of moves fast through the stories, misses all the beauty of the story, so we have to back up just a little bit. One of the things is if you go at the right pace with women, okay, then it helps to develop, anyways.
Sure, take your time with this one. This is good.
So she said to me, I said, yes, not a problem. I can go ahead and help because, obviously I'm a wizard. So hello, this is not brain surgery. I've been thinking about this. I was 18, so I've been thinking about this since I was about 4. And so I said, what you want to do is you want to think about everything you're looking for in a husband, and then write that down, all the way down to their, color of their eyes and their hair, everything. You want to write down exactly what you're looking for from a husband. She said, okay, I'll do that. Then she came back the next day in class, and she said, here's my list.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, back then she knew rule number 1, like do what the wizard says.
Okay.
Now it seems sometimes a little harder.
Yeah. One of my friends once said that you're the smartest guy she's ever met, and then you put the wedding ring on, and all of a sudden you become the dumbest guy she's ever met. However, back to the wizard.
Right.
So now you have the interest of this young lady with a list, which was good to have her goals and ambitions and ideas and visuals on a list. Did you have a list being the wizard, or
now you're thinking like a woman? Look at that. He's starting to think like this. Is like I like what he thinks like a woman. It's good. So that's what hooked me. I mean, that's where I'm like, my gracious, I need to take a second look because I read through it. I said, okay, that's nice. And then she paused and smiled and she said, so I'm just curious, like, do you have a list? And I'm like, ooh. like she knew what she wanted, and she had pursued it but she hadn't pursued it in the way that a wizard would want it pursued. But this time she's moving mentally, and I'm like, ooh, I didn't see that. I didn't see it coming.
The wizard
Didn't see
it coming.
Like he didn't see. Like whoa, like it's true.
Wow.
Like wow.
So does the wizard ever? Is that the only time you've ever been surprised?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One time only.
Well, at that level, like that one, like anyways. So I said, oh, sure, absolutely. So she had taken a day to put her list together. And, I said, yes. So, when the instructor's talking, I'm writing out my list.
Because you pretty much know what the instructor would say anyway, because you're the wizard.
Right.
Yeah. So this is free time.
Well, not really true. Because the wizard, when they're in a normal classroom, it's like really, are you teaching anything that has any significance at all? Like,
we're in agreement. You had the answers.
Right.
So this was almost free time for you. So you're like, well, since she asked me a question,
right, I'm just going
I
to
have
do
a
it.
little free time.
Right.
I'll just do it
And
now.
since I've been working on it since I was 4 years old, it's like an algorithm. It's like, I didn't ask her, but I almost, so did you want the list, and then did you want a weighted prioritization? Did you want to see the whole entire algorithm that's, all up here? And I didn't ask her that. So I just created the list and I gave it to her. I don't remember how many were on her list. Maybe 10, which is a good list,
Yeah.
strong. I think mine had 33. So I didn't find out until many years later that she took that list and, brought it back to her dorm, and then she started crying.
There's a lesson right there in getting women, making them cry.
Oh my gracious, yes. And so she's like, she just looked at the list and she said, I could never be
33.
I could never be 33. I mean, I could never
like
do everything that was on his list.
However,
I mean, so that's humility. Like, that's one of the things on the list. Like, be humble. You got to work the rest of your life to be the kind of person, that you're created to be.
wonderful. And wizard, how many children do you have?
7 children.
One for each continent.
One for each continent, right.
Why don't you tell them a little bit about that?
So when I was 8, I don't know, I was just hanging out like, most kids hang out at camp, and there was canteen, and I don't know, I was raised very conservative Christian, like very, very conservative. So I jokingly say that, God never spoke to me in a vision or a dream or anything like that, because if he had, I wouldn't have believed him, because it's like, oh, God could never do something like that. And so, anyways, but I was there, and I don't know, somehow God said to me, and I don't know how he did this, but he's just said to me, Mark, if you are a good steward with what I give you, you will impact the entire world. All 7.4 billion people. Now, I'm 8 years old. Wasn't 8-year-old. No. I didn't know I was a wizard at 8. I mean, I'd been...
When did that knowledge come into place?
Probably... I mean, like, the past president of Century 21, like, he went ahead and called me Yoda. You called me the gladiator. There are other people, I've always had these names, and everywhere I go, I have these names where people give me names. It's like, why are you giving me names? Like, why don't you just call me by my... So I guess I've known for a long time that
Something was special.
something was very... It's more than special, Lou.
It's
like when you're talking,
it's wizard
when
like.
you're talking like special, it's like, oh, you're special, he's special. I mean, but when you're talking about the wizard, like I guess it's just recently.
Regular special.
Right.
Extra crispy special.
Right.
Wizard special.
Wizard special.
Right.
Like, it's just recently that I've recognized. It's just recently that I've recognized that I am the center of the universe.
Like, just found that out.
Like, it's like, oh my gracious, like the center of the universe. It's like, hello. Now, normally people think they're the center of the universe, and they're not even wizards. They're not even wits.
So, but let's stay on the marriage routine for just a moment, since that's our episode right now. So, what suggestion do you have for other people who might be thinking about getting married?
Okay, so this is not hard. It's not brain surgery. It's not rocket science. Okay, you ready for this? Now, there have been people that have paid, brought like whole kingdoms of gold to me, and all kinds of horses, and I mean, like unbelievable for this wisdom. I hope that you're appreciating this, and there's got to be some way to give to the wizard. I mean, anyways, I'm just going to give this as a gift to all of you.
Subscribe, hit the bell. You can see all the wizard episodes.
Okay, I'm sure anyways, this is the advice. What you do is you write down everything that you're looking for in your future spouse, mate, your dream person, something that would help you to achieve your life vision, why you're put on this planet. Write it all down, all the way down to the color of the eyes, everything. Just write it all down. Then what you do is, over the next few days, then you get inside that person's head. Okay? And then you make a list of what that person is looking for from you. See, we focus on ourselves, but that's not going to attract somebody. We need to focus in on somebody else. So what are they looking for? So I knew what kind of a wife I was looking for. So I didn't need to go ahead and look for a wife. I just needed to be the wizard that she wanted to have. And so you focus on being the person that you want to attract, and that person will find you. I mean, it's not really that hard. Don't look for them. Be the kind of person that will be attracted to that person, and that person will find you.
Very good. So I hope you enjoyed that episode, and stick around. There will be more episodes to come.